Roxxy Haze.
That's how I start. What's up, my nocturnal ninjas? It is I, Roxxy Haze, comedian, rapper, and writer, and this is another episode of season 2 of Bedtime Bitchin with Roxxy Haze, the podcast. It's unfiltered, probably unedited, because I'm the one editing this one, and we're talking about whatever the fuck I want, and this is why I love this podcast so much. So today, my special guest is producer of the Boondocks, Black Dynamite, Jellies, Carl. Carl, your name is so hard for me to say. I found out, like, with Texas accents, like R and L's.
Oh, that's
so I'll be like Carl.
You know, it's funny. I had a friend who used to call me Curl.
Curl?
Curl. And it stuck. Like, we know it's North Carolina.
the South?
Yeah.
Curl Jones. So welcome, Curl. How have you? How have you been?
I am good, Roxxy. I'm fine.
So I'm super excited to have you today because the topic of today is Looney Tunes. Looney Tunes has been around 100 years almost.
God, man, it has been a long time. Like, because it was like the 30s, right?
Yeah, I think so.
It's almost,
So what got you, like, what do you like so much about Looney Tunes?
Oh, man, everything. I mean, you know, because I was a Saturday morning cartoon kid. So, you know, I grew up sitting in front of the TV, you know, with a big bowl of cereal and watching a lot of these old films. But I think the thing that really stood out to me the most was the comedy. You know what I mean? Because, you know, I was watching like anime and some of the more like, you know, even the Hanna-Barbera stuff, you know what I mean? Like Herculoids and that kind of thing, and He-Man and all that stuff I grew up on. But I think the thing that made me fall in love with Looney Tunes was like Bob Clampett and Tex Avery. You know what I'm saying? And I think part of the reason was because the cartoons themselves were really wild and crazy, and you know what I mean? Like they would squash and stretch the characters like they were made out of rubber and shit like that. And that, I don't know, it just really appealed to me. But aside from that, there was just a very unique point of view that these cartoons had that was more mature and adult. You know what I mean? And so, I mean, I can go on and on into details, but like that was the thing that I think caught my attention at a young age, because it felt like the characters were kind of bad. Like Bugs Bunny was kind of like a gangster. He was like a, you know what I mean?
He was like fighting, shooting people.
Yeah, because he was like Tracy Morgan. You know? like the very first cartoon, the very first Bugs Bunny cartoon I saw, and I think this was actually the very first words that Bugs actually said on screen. When Elmer Fudd had the gun pointed in his head, and he just said, well, like, "What's up, Doc?" Like,
what you about to do?
Yeah, yeah.
Think I'm pussy? Like, I'm
right? Exactly.
Pull it.
You got a double barrel shotgun in my face. I'm gonna be scared, nigga. Like, what's up? And that, but even at a young age, like that caught my attention. I was like, yo, Bugs is kind of, you know what I'm saying? Bugs is like a real nigga.
That action.
Yeah.
I definitely agree. I think it was just like really funny. Like, I've always been a big fan of cartoons, and I love Looney Tunes because I just felt like on an episode I'm watching like 10 different episodes. Like, I felt like I was getting like a lot of bang for my buck too. But yeah, they were really funny. They would talk about adult stuff. Like, I like the episodes where they would like show a day in the life. Like, it'd be like a housewife going on her day, but they were like doing all these puns and stuff like that. I feel like that's kind of what got me into doing puns and like just seeing how they look and how they're like visualized. I think that's really dope. So today we're gonna kind of list our 3 favorite and least favorite characters, and this was hard for me to think about because I feel like all the characters are great for their own reasons, but there are some characters where I'm just like, I don't rock with you like that.
Right.
I don't really rock with you like that. So I'll go first.
Okay.
I'll give you some time to let it marinate.
Yeah. The least favorite ones is what I'm struggling with.
It's not even the ones that you hate. It's just the ones like if you see the episode, you're like, I'm cool without it. So for me, number 3 is Taz.
Wait, that you hate? Or,
he just, I used to love Taz. Love is hurt back then.
I get it.
I used to like Taz as a kid, but now I'm like, bro, you don't really do nothing. You're not. That's all he does. He's spinning in some bullshit. He just is causing chaos and destruction. Like, he never really had his own episode.
Right.
Like, I don't like that energy. What are you doing? What are you here for? You're not serving a purpose. You don't tell no jokes. You just there.
I get
You're
it.
not a great villain.
I'm gonna have to agree with you on that. I think it might be a mine too. Yeah.
You
sold me on that. Yeah.
We are both going 3 for Taz. He don't do shit. I think his best episode or the best moment was when he was cooking bugs that one time. But that's even older Taz. As he got older, like they didn't really give him any, like defining characteristics. He didn't talk. He sucked, love. He sucked.
He was just funny.
I think you just felt sorry. You felt sorry for him because he had a speech impediment, and he was low key on the spectrum probably.
Like he fucked shit up and he left. Like that's what he did.
He was a white colonizer.
There you go.
Coming in fucking up people's land.
Right. It was symbolic. It was all metaphorical. Yeah.
And real Tasmanian devils are way cuter. He was ugly. He was an ugly motherfucker. I hate him. The next one, my number 2, I think it's Henry Hawk. That little hawk, that little brown.
Yeah.
He was
about him.
Yeah, because he used to hang out with Foghorn Leghorn.
Yeah.
Same shit. He wasn't funny. He was rude as hell.
Yeah.
He never really had his own episode because he sucked. Like, I just was not a fan of his. I never liked, it's kind of like that scrappy do-ass energy. You think you know every fucking thing. You don't know shit. You just look stupid. Right. So I hate him.
I get it. I'm with you on that.
I hate him. What about you? You thought of one?
So I probably got to start with Pepe Le Pew.
Yeah.
He was kind of rapey.
He's my number 1.
He's very rapey.
He
was
a little.
He was like cute
he
shit.
was a lover boy.
So
he was a lover boy.
He was a little rapey.
I get it. He was a little rapey. Now when you look back on it, but he was in love.
No, he wasn't.
No, nigga.
And he was not in love. He was a lustful whore.
He was.
He just wanted. He was.
He loved the cat.
It was no love. It was no love in the equation.
Because it was something. No, because sometimes it would be the cat. Sometimes it would be another something.
He wanted to fuck on anything.
Anything coming, kissing up. Now imagine if somebody did that right now. Grab your arm and start kissing.
It's a wrap.
You going to jail?
Yeah.
And get his ass out of here. He wasn't even in
flinching. He was in love.
No, even in Space Jam, he wasn't doing shit. He was just one of them characters that didn't do nothing but be a pervert. Stop letting your genitals rule you, sir.
Exactly.
You're horny. You're nasty. You stank. He had no good defining qualities.
He had nothing to contribute.
Nothing to contribute to society.
Yeah.
So Pepe Le Pew was my number 1.
Yeah.
I like growing up. It used to be funny, but we used to laugh at a lot of stuff.
Hey,
like, all right,
man, slow down.
This is your shtick every time too.
Yeah.
You just a nasty, freaky ass stunt, like freaky, horny ass little boy.
He tried to hide it in a French accent.
Yeah, and that's what got us. It was
because I love the.
Imagine an American accent with that though. Love.
Oh yeah,
it'd be different.
Like, yes, I want to kiss on you. Like, ugh.
Imagine if he talked like Diddy. It would change everything.
Kiss that.
You don't hear that. You don't hear Pepe Le Pew sound like Diddy.
Nasty. That's my number 1. So do you have one that you hate more than Pepe?
So there's another one, but this is kind of a love-hate because I think the character's kind of dope. But Marvin the Martian.
Oh yeah.
But my issue with Marvin the Martian, well, it's not so much as Marvin the Martian. I think it's the creators of Marvin the Martian because it's like he's the only nigga, right? One, and he's constantly trying to destroy the earth. So I just felt like they were trying to say something.
Like, this is how y'all feel?
Yeah, right. This is what we do. This is what we're trying to destroy the planet.
And I liked older Marvin the Martian too. Like they started making him stupider.
Right.
They at first he was really trying to kill. He's about that action, but then he just started getting really stupid.
He did.
Really, really dumb. So I definitely agree. He was definitely in my honorable mentions as
he's on the fence.
If I never saw you again, I would be okay.
You're right,
I'm not missing much from not seeing you again. So yeah, I think Tweety's kind of on my honorable mentions too. I used to love Tweety.
Y'all killing me on
Wait, I gotta hear this. What's
okay.
Killing me.
Tweety don't do shit. Okay,
Tweety is cute.
Tweety, you can't just like them because they're cute.
No.
If all you're contributing to society is attractiveness, you're wasting life. Okay,
Tweety was doing time.
And Tweety was an asshole.
But he was doing time.
Tweety,
he was locked up.
Tweety was he was a menace. Tweety was a murderous menace. It would be sometimes where Sylvester would be chilling. And he would drop an anvil on his head and he went, you stinker. Yeah. Nah, stand on business, Tweety. If you dropped that shit, if you dropped it, you dropped it. Tweety was full of shit.
Tweety was on house arrest.
But that was the white woman's fault. The grandma.
He was bored.
He was bored. Write a book, man. He just was up here
Right.
being an asshole. So I used to love Tweety. Tweety was my favorite character, but as I got older, I'm like, Tweety is not a great person.
Tweety
It
has
has Tweety tatted on her leg.
I thought about it, but he grew up to be a dick, so I didn't want him no more.
But my top, the one I hate the most, I would have to say, is Foghorn Leghorn.
You don't like I say.
He just sounds like a racist cracker. He just sound like he sound like a redneck racist white guy that is from North Carolina around the corner, lived around the corner from.
I say, yeah, he be calling everybody boy. Don't call me boy.
Yeah.
Don't call me boy.
Just something felt. Every time he spoke, I heard nigga. I know he didn't say it, but that's what I heard. I say it, nigga. I say it, nigga.
Never said.
Was
Was he on any of those old racist Looney Tunes episodes?
I don't think he was.
Because he came around what 70s, 80s.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, that was later.
60s?
Yeah, he wasn't. Now he came around. I want to say 70s. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. He looked crazy. His build was even how he walked. He like, hey, boy, yeah. Come on to the cotton field. I don't know. Yeah, his wings, and he was ugly. He was. Can we agree?
Oh, yeah.
He was ugly. Not a fan of his ugly face.
Now
looks like only when it comes to racism. So yeah, now we're gonna get to our favorites. I feel like the favorites are always a little bit easier.
Yeah.
I'll start with my number 3. And he just became a favorite as I got older. Wile E. Coyote.
Oh, yeah.
That's mine too.
He is hilarious.
Yeah.
He's so fun. I like when he did talk and he had that British accent.
Yeah.
But I just like he never won.
Yeah.
But he never gave up.
Never gave up. Right?
Like that's something to what's the word?
Aspire to.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, it's aspiration.
And his episodes were always funny. Like I would never, if I saw him doing some stuff, I was there. I like that it was always the same thing but different. Like we're always in this desert. He's always gonna painting the thing, like the tunnel on the wall.
Mirage,
like that. It was just like iconic stuff.
I think I kind of feel like subconsciously we related to that character too, because I mean really like we do feel like we're constantly chasing the carrot or chasing something and never really getting it. And I don't know, I felt sad.
Sad.
Yeah, I felt sad for Wile E. Coyote, man.
He was trying to eat the Roadrunner.
He was.
No,
He was.
Well, that Roadrunner was big as hell.
Man.
He would have ate good though. Have you seen a real Roadrunner
They're
before?
small.
They're
They're
small,
so
yeah.
little.
Small.
That one was juiced up.
Yeah.
So he should have.
That's how he was running so fast, right? Because real roadrunners don't run that fast.
No, they're not that fast.
I didn't even think about that. He was juicy. It makes sense. And Wile E. Coyote was pretty skinny. He was like damn near like.
Oh no, I'm sad.
Oh man.
He's starving in the
impressive.
desert.
This is very impressive.
But he got money for Acme products. You could have bought some damn food.
True.
He never ordered no food.
He had a whole franchise.
He's the one keeping Acme in business. He's the only one ordering these products. And they were faulty. He never sued.
Yeah.
You got rocket money. You could buy a sandwich. He refused.
If you got rocket money,
You got
can buy a
sandwich money. You just want.
That's
I feel
hilarious.
like we just be wanting what I want. So is that your number 3 too?
That was one. Yeah, it was definitely my number 3. And let me see. I would have to say. I mean, I know this is everybody's favorite, but Bugs, man.
Bugs is your number 1?
Bugs is my number 1. Bugs is my number 1 because also, because I'm a nerd, man. I study this shit. So like, Bugs came out at a time when like Disney was like running shit, and nobody was thinking left field. And like I said, Tex Avery, he took the character in a direction that it just felt refreshing, man. It felt like he was doing something wrong, and he was a renegade, and I just really like fuck with that as a kid and even as an adult in this industry. Like that inspires me to continue to like push boundaries in terms of comedy and just what you can do with characters and creating flawed characters that are weird and different and more, you know what I mean? Like that. That's why I think Bugs kind of changed. He was a game changer for sure. They didn't even have a name for him for a long time.
Oh, yeah, like the super old ones. He was just there.
Yeah, it was just the rabbit. It was just the hair, I think they called him. But and it was actually Bugs Rabbit because the creator's name was Bugs.
I did not know that.
Little fun fact.
Well, Bugs was actually my number 2, so I'm glad you.
Okay.
I love Bugs. I feel like he's super funny. I like that he just did whatever he wanted to do. Like, I like that, like, no matter what was going on, he was like, I'm gonna figure this out. It's like, if I gotta put this dress on, if I gotta act like a barber, if I gotta do this, if I have to do this, like, but then also he was just so talented.
He was.
Like, he played all these different instruments. He could, like, sing. He was funny, and I like every variation of Bugs. So, like, the old Looney, except when he was in those racist ones. But, like, the old Bugs, then the newer Bugs, and even, like, have you seen the new Looney Tunes that they did on Cartoon Network, where it's more like a slice of life show?
Wait, on Cartoon? No, I didn't see
they did a new one a couple years ago. It was like him and Daffy living together in a house. Kristen Wiig was one of the characters. She played Lola.
I didn't see that.
It's really funny. I think it's on Max, but you know they be taking stuff on and off Max. But it was really funny. He was more like, kind of like he had money and he was chilling and Daffy was living with him. But it's really, really funny. But like no matter what, even baby Looney Tunes, like Bugs is just always really funny. But my number one is gonna be Daffy.
I was gonna say the same thing.
Daffy, is he your number one or your number two?
Daffy would actually be my number two.
Your number two, so ours is flipped. Yeah. I like that because Daffy just be talking shit.
Yes.
I feel like you might have Bugs energy and I got Daffy energy.
Yes.
He just be making shit up. Like,
he didn't give a fuck. He didn't care. Like, he was just him. You know what I'm saying? He didn't care.
But he always got, like, the difference is, like, Bugs would win. Daffy would be taking the L.
True.
Daffy took so many L's. I was just watching. Ace Vane did a video.
Oh, he did?
Where he with Daffy, where Elmer, when they were doing rabbit season, duck season, and then he put the gun in his face. Elmer put the gun in his face. But Ace Vane did the voiceover, and he was like, "You keep putting that shit in my face. You better bust, bitch." And he did.
He did?
I don't know why
that's hilarious.
His scream. But that episode,
I used to love how he would just disintegrate. And like the beak would still be hanging in the air, and then he'll go,
so funny.
Mother.
That one, and then you remember the episode where it was like he was getting drawn.
Yeah, I think that was that Duck Amuck, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
I think it was Duck Amuck. That was Chuck Jones. Yeah,
Chuck Jones be going crazy.
That's my
like, he's so talented. But even seeing that to me is like a person that, like, even as a child, like I always knew I wanted to create. I always knew I wanted to do cartoons and stuff like that. Like kind of seeing them like break the fourth wall like that and show him getting drawn, and like that kind of made me really, really respect. Like there's somebody making this. You know, like as a kid, you're like, I'm watching cartoons and I know it's not real, but it feels like it could be real. It's like, no, somebody's making this, and I could be the person that's helping to make this, but also like respect the people that are making the things that we enjoy. I feel like a lot of times, like we get to enjoy this media and we get to watch it, but like us as consumers, we're not like, there's people like not seeing their families, like traveling and doing and not really getting paid to make this stuff that we can enjoy. So I think that's why I enjoy Looney Tunes so much too, because like I feel like they respected the people that were creating this stuff. And
like I said, the comedy that they brought to it, especially at that time when Disney had kind of locked the whole game down, like they were doing shit. I remember they had this one cartoon, and I don't remember the frog's name because this was during the Merry Melody times. But the frog was talking to camera, and he was like, "I think I'm gonna go croak." And he pulls out a gun, and he just shoots himself. And just fall, and I'm just like, yo, like that kind of stuff. Looney Tunes was just known for, and they were just blazing. They were trailblazers, you know. It was so wild, you know.
I think that's what it was like. That's a crazy joke. Why did you write? It was one where they were like in the African safari, and a mosquito landed on his hand.
I remember this.
Yeah, but the mosquito looked like a realistic mosquito. But then when he hit it, he had like but it was the yell he did. Ouch! And I just like how they play with it on those sides.
Or they would take some like Little Red Riding Hood, you know what I mean, and flip it where she was like kind of, you know, it's like a Hollywood, like she was like a Hollywood.
Oh, yeah, and the wolf was like, but like, why are we watching that?
I know.
It was so funny and inappropriate, but like just so funny.
What about Speedy Gonzalez?
Oh, okay.
Gonzalez was dope too.
Now that we got our list done,
right now.
Well, see, that's the thing.
He'd be canceled.
Yeah, well, Warner Brothers.
It's like, I feel like he was cool, but I feel like he was just so one note.
He was.
They did that with a lot. I think that's the same reason with like Foghorn Leghorn. It's like you have this accent, and that's what the joke is, and the joke's always gonna revolve around this. But I did. He was cute though. You just like all the characters.
You know, and he was fast, and he gave it. I like the speed.
because you like Taz too.
Yeah, I do like
I think
Taz.
one of my favorite things about doing this is like I'm a creep and I just analyze people's personalities all the time. So I'm like, okay, so you like adorable, like you need it to be cute, you want it to be done. You're like I need some substance with my cartoon, but I want them to be like I like all the characters that feel pro-black. Like
That's
you feel like the
hilarious.
ones
That's
that
funny.
have
That's funny.
elements of pro-black, like they be about that
You
action.
can say nigga.
Yeah, like you never can say that.
I mean,
That's what I'm fucking with. And I just like,
'cause
I'm crazy.
Foghorn Leghorn.
It's
I swear to you,
racist.
I feel like I heard him say it. I know he didn't, but I feel like I heard him say it, or he was thinking it.
He
was
doing
definitely
this.
thinking it.
When he looked at Daffy, he was like, all right. Don't come over here with it. As long as you keep it over there. Do you feel like there's any other cartoon that kind of compares to Looney Tunes?
Man, I don't think so.
I don't either.
Yeah, I mean, because they got a lane of their own, man. You know, and it really started to crystallize, I think, when Tex Avery stepped on the scene.
Mm-hmm.
Before that, everything was just kind of the same. But now, it's just iconic. It had, you know, its own style of comedy. You know, visually, it's very different than anything else. I don't know. I see influence, but you know.
Yeah, it's definitely because even now they're still even like with Tiny Toons. They just brought back Tiny Toons.
I heard.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about it yet. I'm not an advocate for reboots, but I'll watch it if it's good. This is going to be a petty gripe, but I don't like that they made Babs and Buster. I think they said they were going to make them siblings on this one. And I'm like, they're not siblings. They say it all the time. Babs and Buster, no relation.
I wonder why they chose to do that.
I don't know, but I haven't seen it yet. That was what they were saying before, but whatever. But even that, and then bringing Looney Tunes back, like it's always, you still seeing merch. They did Space Jam again and stuff like that. Like I do see that as, like you said, a rival to like Mickey Mouse. Yeah. They're gonna just keep bringing it back. Well,
I'm always nervous about watching the new stuff though.
I
just don't want to be disappointed. Yeah, you know.
Well, I think you gotta go in it knowing like it's not that.
Yeah.
So like when you see this new Looney Tunes show, it's not that. It's literally like a slice of life show.
Well, Eric Bauza, do you know Eric Bauza?
Mm-mm.
He's a voiceover actor. He's amazing.
Who's he do?
Everybody. He does Marvin the Martian. He does Bugs. He does Daffy. I think he does. He probably does 90% of all the new Looney Tunes characters.
Oh dang!
But he's amazing. You should have him on the show.
Okay, I'm gonna have to. You got his number on me.
I do.
I hit him up. I will hit him up.
He's an artist too, by the way.
So yeah, anything else you want to tell the people? Like, you got any stuff coming up? Or I don't know when this episode's dropping, so anything ever.
I got a bunch of stuff in development. I just can't talk about it right now. I know. I mean, it's just, that's the machine, man. They won't let us,
What about some announced stuff? I did see the Good Times was announced.
Yeah, I'm not involved in that.
What was your picture on there?
That's a long story.
Okay.
And I got to figure out legally what I can say. But I'm not involved in that anymore.
Nope.
I'll just leave it at that.
Hollywood.
Yeah.
So everything else.
Have me on later. I can speak more.
I ain't gonna have you.
I can talk more.
Let me write
Like,
love
I
down.
ain't signed no
I
contract.
ain't signed anything.
Let me write love name down too, because y'all coming
Tell
back
it all.
for season 2, 3. That's not right.
No, but we do. We got a handful of animation projects.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how much.
Oh, yeah.
I'll come back.
Yeah, I'll have you back for season 3, and then hopefully you can talk. But you do have your own production company.
Yeah, Martian Blueberry. Yeah. Please check it out. We're on IG at We Are Martian B, and yeah, basically, I wanted to start a creative agency / animation studio that focused more on people of color and telling original, authentic stories in an authentic way. Because coming through the rank all through my career, from the Boondocks all the way up to today, we've always had trouble translating our culture, to the masses, or translating it to the studios that we work with, whether it's Korean studios or Japanese studios. There was always a cultural barrier, but then we were doing stuff that was almost like a subcultural, subculture with very specific nuances that a lot of animation studios didn't really know how to handle. So we wanted to create an opportunity to bring in more of us and to tell our stories in a very authentic way. So it's called Martian Blueberry, which is another way of saying strange fruit, by the way.
Dope. So thank you. And where can they find you?
I am Carl Jones on Instagram, and on Twitter I am Carl Jones.
And I am Roxxy Haze. You can find me everywhere at Roxxy Haze, ROXXYHAZE. That's love back there. Y'all can follow her too. Thank you so much for coming on this episode. I really did have fun talking about Looney Tunes. I really enjoy it. If you are watching this, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you're listening to this, I don't know, subscribe, follow, whatever the version of that is, do that. These episodes are supposed to come out at the last Thursday of every month, but I'm me, so they're gonna come out when they do. So just make sure that whenever they come out, you are listening. And thank you so much.
We gotta make a cartoon together too.
Yes, we're
figure that out.
We're definitely gonna have to talk about that because I just love cartoons. I'm a human cartoon. People call me that all the time. So I would love to. Do you want to sing the Looney Tunes theme song on the way out?
No. I actually don't.
I don't even. It doesn't even have words. That's the end of it. All right. Dad, can I use? I can use like 15 seconds of it. That's the super old.
What is it? Yeah, that's the first original one. Yeah.
That's it. All right. Thank y'all. And then I got Tex Avery to cut it. Thank y'all. That was fun.
Yeah. No, shit, that's my shit, man.
It's so good.
Bedtime Bitching with Roxxy Haze.